Hello, I'm out. Welcome to those who are new to my channel, and thank you to those who've remained loyal and stayed with me. And I know I have some new subscribers as well, so hi there. This isn't a figment of your imagination. I'm actually out. Look, I am real. I'll go into that later, but I've come to some permission land not far from home. But as you can hear, don't work with children or animals. Right on cue. Got some, I don't know if they can, either geese. I'll just pan the camera around, see if you can see them. I'll try and get some shots of those later. So I think I'm going to pitch just on the other side of this lake. But yeah, it's a great feeling. Well, the sun's coming out now. Didn't bring my sunglasses because it said it was going to be overcast and the weather's supposed to change in the middle of the night. Some bad rain. So I hope my new tent holds out, because this is his first outing. I was hoping I used it over the winter, but it wasn't to be. So I'm just going to climb over this gate by here now, or open the gate, and then I'll come back to you. Right, whilst en route to my camp again, I found another water source. This either feeds directly into the lake or bypasses it and goes down the side. But yeah, there's plenty. I've got plenty of source of water here. Well, as you can see,
I've got a couple of observers. I've just started setting up camp and they've flown in. I don't know how many more expected. I hope 30,000 don't turn up, because it may not be a quiet night. They may be just here to feed. But there's some in the field to my left, there's some on the lake, and there's these two over here.
Hi there, finally. First time this tent, Robens Voyager 2 EX. It's a 3-4 season tent, more on the 4 side. It's quite a technical tent to put together. It's got different guidelines on it to what I'm used to. I bought it last year. I shopped around. I didn't get it from the Robens site. If you do a YouTube search, not many of these come up for review. There was one done in 2020, a chap called MAFT UK. I'll try and put the link in the finished upload, because he does quite a good review on it, and it's persuaded me to get one. I know that there are a few out there, but everybody seems to have you know, a lot more expensive tents. I think this knocked me back 200 quid, and I think they've gone up in price a little bit now. It's 5,000 millimeters hydrostatic edge for the fly sheet, and I think it's 10,000 for the ground sheet. I'll show you a little bit inside after we've walked around the tent. It's supposed to withstand high winds as well. If you're facing the tent into the wind, not much you can do if wind changes direction. But like I've just said, this is the first time it's been out of the bag, and it took me a little bit longer, quite a bit longer, to put this tent up and sort out the guidelines. Some of them were twisted as well, so I had to undo them, redo them, so I could get the tent you know, the way I wanted it to be. So I'll just give you a quick walk around now. So it's got one entrance. I'll show you the vestibule. It's a very large vestibule. I've also bought a fly sheet as well, not a fly sheet, a tarp. So it technically could go over the top of this, half and half. I think it was 2 meters by 3 meters something. So it would give you a much larger vestibule. I was going to bring it today, but it's supposed to be bad weather and high winds tomorrow morning, early hours, so I thought, no, better not. So we've got a vent there. So value for money, I think, you know, it is value for money. You can see it goes all the way down to the floor, fly sheet. It's another vent. Right, as you can see, it's got quite a large vestibule. I've got my back my Bergen here. I've just emptied it at the minute. A lot of other crap there. So, you know, I'm 5'8", so I can sit up in this with 3 fingers to spare, and it's large enough to cook in as well. Now, if there's a tarp over the top, it would give a bit of shade from the sun, and also a bit more protection from the rain, especially if you wanted this door open. There's no insect net. That's the only downfall with this tent that I can see, is that there's no insect like mosquito net on this door. So you can do the door up and you can open the top so that you can have a bit of air flowing into the top if you're cooking. But you can do like all your cooking inside out of the rain as well. I've got a fly sheet for it as well. It came from Robens. I can't remember if I shopped around for that. but it pretty much fits, and it may stop a bit of a condensation coming up from the grass. Right, now this door does have a net on it as well, but it's only half a net, I believe. It's connected, so you've got like an inner tent which connects to these elastic bits, and they pop off. You can pop them out. Now, as you can see, it would be a bit of a squeeze for two people. It'd be quite cozy. You need to be quite cozy. I'm 5'8". Two people could squeeze in here and have all their kit and the vegetables, but you'd have to be quite cozy. So it's probably a large one-person tent, or somebody with a dog, or even a small child. So can't say I'm great at doing reviews. I just thought, as it's a new tent, I might as well do it. Right, so there's your net. So ventilation, that's all you get. It's not a whole door. Some tents have a whole mosquito net door which you can unzip. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. I can't say it's a bad thing, but there's so many different tent designs. I've got a footprint underneath this. I don't think there is a footprint from the underneath of this inner tent, from what I could see on the website. So what I've bought an old Jack Wolfskin footprint, and it's pretty much the same size. So it's like wider at one end and narrower at the other. So I'll try and put the name of that in as well when I do the video editing. I've got some new kit as well. I know some people go on about weight and stuff, but you know, when you're ex-military, you know, you're used to carrying heavy weight. It's just you know, I think it's a sort of mental thing, like, you know, mental stamina. It's warm today. Didn't bring my trademark bush hat with me, or my sunglasses, because it was supposed to be overcast. So this is a memory foam pillow. I got it from Amazon. I think it was about £25. I'm going to give it a try tonight. I haven't used it yet. Get it out of the packet. I'm hoping to keep this video as short as possible, by the way, as well. I got some shout outs to do later on, and talk about some other stuff. Comes with a pillowcase as well. So there it is, and it's one of those like expanding, self-inflating, although it's not self-inflating as in air, but as in foam. And there's the little pillowcase that goes with it. So I'll sort that out later. Right, new sleeping bag. Bought this last year. I think it was the year before I bought the Chorus, Thermarest Chorus 20, but I found that I don't know, drafty or letting in the cold, so I wasn't satisfied with it. I still got it, and if I'm ever camping now in really cold weather, I'll put that inside this one. This sleeping bag is a Featherstone Moondance 25, I believe it is. Now I've bought this one long and extra wide. Yeah, I think it's about 6'4", and it's extra wide as well. Especially if I'm gonna put another sleeping bag in it, like my Chorus 20. But also to make sure it goes over the sides of the mat and keeps me warm. It's not the first time I've used this. I have used it
I've tried it out in the house, and it's lovely. I'm using my Exped down mat 5, so I think it's got about an R rating of 4.5 something. I weren't going to use the Exped down mat 9 because I think that's just going to be too warm. No, it's going to be mild tonight. I may be too warm with this on. We'll just have to see. I make no apologies for my schoolboy era. This is like a shakedown camp now because I haven't been out for a year, and I'll go into that later. Some of you already know why, but I'll just update you all. So my next thing I think is gonna go and have a brew and get a campfire sorted, because I'm planning on having a campfire later, and then we'll do some shout outs and go into a few other things. Coffee time now. Well, the sun's gone, a bit of a breeze picked up. 2 mines at the minute where they have a fire. We're quite sheltered by these woods, so I don't know if the wind will get any stronger, but behind the camera where it's a lot more open, it feels a lot more breezier. Anyway, yes, I'm back out camping. I had personal tragedy in my life last year. I know a lot of other people didn't go camping last year because of mental health problems. Some of them have just lost their mojo or that va-va-voom. Others had new babies arrive, so congratulations to those. But my dad, his health took a turn for the worst, and he was in and out of hospital most of last year, and we lost him in December, so I certainly wasn't really in the mood to go camping. Also, I was doing a lot of house hunting as well, so between working a 48-hour week, going down to Swansea, which is a 40-minute run from where I was living down the M4, to working as well some weekends, just weren't enough time to do everything, so wild camping was put on a back burner. However, through the course of last year I did buy bits of equipment, some of which I've already shown you. But yeah, you know, if you haven't been through it yet, losing a parent was, you know, or a sibling, you know, I won't wish it on anybody, because it just rips your heart out. So anyway, yes, I'm back out. Now I have shared some of this with some of you, you know, fellow campers who I've got a close connection with, so they're already aware of this. But for the rest of you, some of you who are new to my channel, or have been long-term subscribers, that's the reason why I haven't made any videos, and hopefully you can understand that. I'm hoping to do a lot more videos now this year. I've got some more permission land, this being some new land that I've come to today. But yeah, yeah, it just sucks the life out of you basically when you lose a parent. So my mum's now dealing with it as well, on her own. So yeah, it's you know, it's a subject that nobody likes to talk about, but you know, yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, what can you say? Anyway, those of you that know what I'm talking about will know. So I'll leave it at that. So yeah, so I've got some new permission land not far from home. So I'm gonna hopefully find a lot more sites. The lake is down to my left. So I'm hoping to have some more sites now on this land that I can pitch a tent in, you know, in the coming months.
and a few other places as well on other land, just to get that outdoor experience, and get back into, you know, pitching the tent and doing you know, video recording, because I'm finding this hard today. You know, it sort of came natural to me last year. You know, you go through a period, it starts off a bit tough and then it becomes natural. But I'm finding it a bit difficult today now, just talking to the camera. So we see how we get on. So a couple of shout outs on Instagram is Nicola Tompkins. Hi Nicola. She's got a nice little channel on, or account, Instagram account. She loves the outdoors, loves Zest for Life. Also then, Lou Outdoors, Louise Davis, hi. You're another, you know, big outdoor person, likes taking the family out, you know, into the woods, you know, getting the little ones out, away from the computers, and get out in the fresh air and that camping experience. Hopefully I'll see you doing a bit more camping this year. Also then is Jo Brook. She's got a great activities centre. She does indoors and outdoors. It's called iVenture UK. It's on Instagram. Also the little caption, I think it's probably about, but there, little caption on my channel. So I've got together with iVenture UK. They're the market leader in indoor climbing. So if you're into all that climbing walls, you know, they cater for all standards, abilities. So they cater for all standards and abilities, you know, ages, colour, creed, religion, whatever. Safety rope and all that, top instructors there. They do chicks and chalk on a Wednesday, as per the overlay, which is about to appear. Yeah, they do outdoor activities as well. They do outdoor climbing. They do a load of range of things. Well, it's a well-deserved cup of tea now. I've chopped a load of wood up, as you've seen already. So yeah, I'm just taking a little breather, dig the fire pit, and get the fire ready to go. It's 10 past 4 now, so somewhere, I don't know, somewhere around about 6 o'clock I'll start getting the fire going. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention earlier was, after all the house hunting that my partner and I did in the summer last year, or you know, most of last year, the house was ready to be, or should have been handed over end of August, but it was in a chain. Something went wrong with the chain and we didn't move until January. So we only just moved in to another house in January, so we're still sort of, you know, doing DIY and unpacking, all that. That's been taking up some of my weekends. The job in the NHS has been taking up some of my weekends, but I've got a new job now with the NHS, so hopefully that won't be, well, at the moment it's just Monday to Friday 9 till 5, so it won't be taking up so many weekends. But you know, I've always said from the start I only tend to go camping once a month,
maybe twice a month, but you know, because obviously you've got to find then time to do video editing, so I usually do that the following week. So yeah, so the wind has died off now. I don't know where that wind came from earlier, but that's died off, and yeah, it's quite pleasant. The natives are still, well, they've got the chainsaw out now, they're sawing wood. So I don't know if it's the same place as I mentioned earlier. Oh, another thing as well, I bought the X-Trail. I did have a Qashqai last year, so I changed the X-Trail to 4-wheel drive. And I'm hoping this year to get out and do some camping in that. Just need to get some wood, long flat piece of wood to make a bed up. I've got some curtains. I just got to get little sort of accessories, so you know, I can use it for camping should I wish. There's so few places to go wild camping. I could come to permission land and do it, but I may go to campsite as well. Right folks, I'm going to have this cup of tea, I'm going to dig the fire pit, get the fire prepared, and then I'll join you again later. Well, it's it's nearly 5:30 now. Still overcast. Temperature's dropping slightly, but there's not really been a lot of sun today. So I'm facing west. The tent is sort of north to south, so hopefully we don't have a westerly wind tonight, because it's gonna be side on to the wind. The lie of the land is not flat, so I pitched the tent really with the lie of the land, so we'll see what happens. Tomorrow it's supposed to be a bit of rain and wind. Because of the doors facing the west, that may make it difficult in the morning if I'm cooking to open the door. Yeah, it's been a funny sort of day today. I suppose yesterday was the best day to come out camping, but I've had something on for the last 2 days. And unfortunately you're going to cop the weather now in the morning. It's supposed to be pretty bad, so I won't do much filming in the morning if that's the case. I'll pack up. I'll probably take my burr gun back to the car first. We'll see. I'm trying to plan it. Car's a short distance from here. Take the burr gun back and then come back and put the tent down. I'm gonna get the fire going now pretty soon. Have my food because I'm feeling peckish. I got plenty of wood. And then once it starts getting too dark, then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna watch a movie. You know. Right, people, I'm gonna crack on with my grub now, and I'm gonna get the fire started, and I'll bring you back once I try the fire lighting. I'm gonna try and do it all naturally, with no accelerants, flint and steel, and my little bit of tinder that I've collected, and I'll be back soon. Well, that took longer than I thought. But anyway, got it going. I don't know how long I can keep it going, because the wood that I've got left is not going to be any drier. I'm hoping the heat will evaporate the moisture out of the fire. But hey ho, sorted. Thanks for sticking with me. Okay, I'm just going to relax, enjoy the fire. I may bring you back later when it gets a little bit darker, if the fire's still going. Hello, welcome back. It's nearly out of state, and well, it's near dark outside. I don't know if you can hear. It started to rain in the last 2-3 minutes. No, according to the forecast, it was going to be early hours, maybe 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, that rain was going to reach this part of South Wales. But obviously it started already, so it could be a eventful night. So I'm just considering now shutting the vents on the tent, just in case the wind picks up and it starts blowing this water around. So just giving an update on the fire. It didn't last very long. Once it got going, but once all the dry wood had been burnt, all the other stuff that I was putting on them was just too damp, and it just wouldn't take hold. It went for about an hour, hour and a half, but then it just sort of died out. So, you know, that's a learning curve. Just haven't had enough dry weather over the last few weeks, so, you know, live and learn. So yeah, I don't know how heavy this rain's gonna get. It sounds worse than probably what it is. So I'm gonna continue watching a movie now, because I came in from outside when the fire started dying and stuck a movie on. So I'll get back to you if anything exciting happens. Morning everyone. Welcome to another bank holiday Monday washout. We've had steady rainfall all night of varying sort of downfall, but it's rained all night. It's still raining now. Can't say I've had the best night's sleep. I've had howls hooting in the trees right next to me. Crack of dawn this morning, the geese were squabbling amongst themselves. I can't say I've noticed any wind on the tent. Maybe on higher ground, but certainly not down here. Not noticed it. Can't say I had the best night's sleep either with all that. So I'm going to, I think, chill out here a bit more. Have some breakfast, pack up, and then ship out. I don't think I'm going to do any more filming now, certainly in the rain. So if you don't hear back from me, thank you for tuning in, watching my channel, and coming along with me on this adventure.